most important pieces of gear in a filmmaker's toolbox isn't what camera they use, what lenses they have, or even how they edit. The single most important tool is lighting. Recently, I decided to upgrade my lighting kit, and this wasn't a purchase I made lightly. See what I did there? Having good lighting can help your cinematography more than any camera or any lens could, and it could also evoke emotion through visual storytelling, help shape your image by adding depth, dimension, and texture. And having total control over your lighting will not only give you consistency, but get you the best image out of your camera as possible. So I decided to start from scratch and get an entire new lighting kit consisting of only Aputure lights. There's tons of lighting brands out there like GVM, Godox, Nanlite, so why Aputure? For me, it came down to 3 things. The first of which is ecosystem. I work with a lot of other people that use Aputure lights. It just makes things on set run even smoother when we all have the same brand. And from an ecosystem perspective for my own sake, it's nice to have all the lights on one app just to make things easy. The second point is quality. The quality of the light coming from the light and the quality of the light itself is super important because you want a light that will last you a long time and you don't want the light to be failing on you on set. And in terms of the quality of the light itself, you want a light with good CRI ratings, which gives you the most natural looking light. And the last reason why I picked up these lights is the value I get out of it being a freelance owner-operator. When trying to figure out which lights to get for my kit, I knew I wanted a light set that would give me the best value for money and be a versatile kit for myself being a freelance DP. I wanted a kit that I could not only use for my client work, but I could use for my own social media content and potentially even rent out in the future. I bought the 600C Pro version 2 as my main workhorse light. It's 600 watt, which makes it super flexible, so if I needed to be super bright and battle the sun, I could do that or lower the intensity and use it for a nighttime scene. The full RGB color control is insane to have as a key light because it just gives you more options when you're on different locations. So let's say I wanted to have a bright red or blue or purple key light, I could do that. Or if I just wanted to use it as a white or tungsten fixture, I could do that as well. This light's also weather resistant, which is great if you're using it in outdoor scenarios, whether you're doing it in rain or in snow. And one of the craziest things about this light, it's actually 27,000 lux brighter than the 600X and only $500 more. And since you can't only have a key light, I also picked up the Amaran 300C, and it's only about $600, which is amazing. It's full RGB and it's a bit brighter and even cheaper than the 300X. So since both these lights are both CLB lights or chip on board lights, I knew I needed one other light that would be lighter and more flexible than both of them, so I picked up the F22C. And the common thread between all of these lights is that they're full RGB, which just gives me more versatility and flexibility so I can adapt to any situation. So I picked up the F22C so I can boom it overhead if I needed to, or if it's a smaller area, I could also use it as a key light. And I also picked up 2 tube lights from Amaran because you never know when you're gonna need an extra tube light, and these work as great practical lights or just Hollywooding it around on set. So the first tube light I picked up is the Amaran PT4C, and this one's a 4-foot tube light, which is great for using it as a practical light in the shot. And I also picked up the Amaran T2C, which is great for running gun setups, or you can boom it overhead for a quick hair light. I'm also using all these lights to light up the setup, and if I turn off all the lights, I'm practically in the dark. And like I said, I have all the lights controlled by the Silas Link app, which is great, so if I want to change the white balance on the fly, I could totally do that, or change the intensity, or I could even throw a party. And you can't have lights without having different modifiers. So I picked up a couple different modifiers, starting with the Light Dome version 3, the Aputure 30x120, which is right here, which is just a more rectangle softbox, and the Aputure Spotlight, so I can do fun and interesting things like that. All right, so now we're on set and I want to do a quick lighting breakdown because we're fully kitted out with Aputure lights right now, which is great because everything we're doing is directly connected to Silas Link, so we can easily adjust all the lights directly within the app. We have the 600C Pro 2 as our main key light. It's a great all-around versatile light because you can use it as RGB, you can use it as a key light, you can use it as a backlight, you can use it for anything that you can actually think of. So that's why I got the 600C Pro 2. So over here we got the Infinibar PB12 we're using as a boom overhead hair light. You can use it for anything. It's great, it's soft, it magnetizes to things, it's a great light. Then we got the Amaran T2C. We're using it to light up this tree here, just kind of some interest in the background. Then we got the 600D Pro over here with the spotlight attachment. We have a gobo in it that's just making some bokeh, some fun shapes on the ground, just a little bit more visual interest in our interview setup. Then if we go up here, we got Tom Shaw's favorite light up here, the Aputure 80C with the Fresnel attachment. We're just lifting the levels of the back wall back here a little bit. Then we got the F22C just creating a little bit of fill back here. Then the last light we got over here is the Amaran 300C, just filling the back wall a little bit, just making more visual interest in our interview frame. It's not only about the big lights, like we have the 600C and the 600D Pro. It's actually about using a lot of little lights just to create a little bit more of a dynamic of a frame. Don't sleep on those little fixtures because those little pockets of light help you create a dynamic scene. Clients and production companies love having DPs bring their own lighting kit because not only does it save them time and budget, but it also saves them on extra rentals. And for me in my area, there's not a whole lot of rental houses. People have to drive either to New York City or Boston, which is over 2 hours away if you want to rent lights. You can actually add your lights to your rental fee, which increases your overall day rate, which is great because you can actually start paying back the lights that you purchase, and over time it'll just make you have more income. It'll also show your professionalism because you're willing to take the extra step to set up all these lights because you care about your image. And having your own lights will make you even faster on set because you're more familiar with your own lights, everything's already set up, versus using rental house lights where you might not know where everything is, where everything goes, and it'll just make the day go by even quicker. And having a good set of lights will also give you more creative control because you're not relying on the light that's there, but you can use your own lights to shape the story and narrative that you're going for. So by being able to provide an entire video production in one place with camera package, G&E, audio, everything in one, it just makes me even more valuable as a DP. And for the jobs that I'm not a DP on, I can provide my services as a gaffer, which is honestly really fun to do as well. One of the best things from a business perspective is being able to provide value for yourself. So that's why I'm constantly elevating my kit, like buying all these new lights, which will ultimately land me more jobs. So if you guys have any questions about the lights that I picked up, or if you're thinking about picking up your own lights, leave them in the comments. Now I gotta take down all these lights.